What is light without dark?
Hello, yes, it's the witching hour on a Sunday night tonight. Thought I'd do a little cool show. Well, cool to me. Maybe not to everybody else. Man, I don't know what's up with my internet. We had these storms, and ever since then, shitty upload speed. So if it goes south, I'll just kill the show. Last time it didn't even let me fucking do. Can y'all? Am I on the air? Jesus. Anyway, how was Father's Day? Any fathers in the chat? I know there's some in there. Yes, sir. You might be surprised, too, some of the jams I throw in here, because not everything's fucking ultra black metal. Hell, I don't even know if there's a lot of black metal, but this is just like the shit I jam out when I'm just hanging around and about. So let's get into the first jam. Let's see what we got on here. Hey, what's up, Bo, Travis, Danny, Punks, Tone, James, who else? Anybody else popping in? Nah. All right, I know we're all in our fucking post-slumber meals and everything. Dude, we went to 2 barbecue joints today, and it was just like, oh, it'll be an hour and a half. And then we're looking at, hey, fucking what's up, Joe? Hails to you and Lilith as well. We were, waiting, and dude, just nobody was getting food, and I was like, well, shit, babe, these people look like they're miserable and they're already sitting it down. Let's get the hell out of here. Both places were like that. We just ended up going to Jason's Deli, and just got some sandwiches and got the hell out of there. By the time, dude, I was starving. I was like, I don't give a fuck where we go. Tired of all this bullshit. What's up, Spirit? What's going on, dude? So that was the Father's Day lunch. Anyway, I'm supposed to get a makeup one, so it's really 2 meals for one. Nobody's complaining over here, right? Let's see what we got. Shuffle the shit and play some jams. Hey, Rich, happy Father's Day to you as well. I don't even know if you're a dad, but if you are, happy Father's Day. Oh, yeah, here we go.
Way hawk, dressed upon a the sky, wild with the winds, heavens only, set the mist the end, now same ship sky, and take ground, running the bunker, all in heat, the moth has never left, 2,000 years, 2,000 earnings burial, 2,000 lies, the carpet arise, here's all the fire in the virgin soul, without the whole class of wood and cream and coal. We witness the flames of our sturgeon sword in order to see such a legacy. Vibrant with gas that turn at the forge at the learning stage. Molded is past beyond leashed up here on his life was mystery. Yet he's still alive in life. He's about to life in order to pure. The soul has a mastery in mind. But here's all the fire with a precious soul. Without with all glass of wood and clean coal, we witness the flames of our Stygian swords. You sound me when I see a path and I feel the wolf's breath of the boys walking out with blood and blood and spells. Nothing shall draw my eyes away. His heart stares at the screen, not the thing. I can fade the names to the blink of destiny. Boys, boys, speaks and ecstasy for the snow. Wild with the winds to laugh in my house. These are the tales, the link of the hate. You boss. Young Jesus of cold. Hot is the face which legacy. You must stand above the land, spirit of our nation place. The faces of the great apostle. Whistling winds, cannons on me, south and west me in the same sky. Take ground, run at the bunker, hallelujah. The monsters never left, 2,000 years, 2,000 unburial, 2,000 lies, and now may they rise. Here was the fire with the precious soul, the sound of horse, fast wood and clean for coal. We witnessed the take of our Stygian sword.
All right, there we go. Where am I? Come on, computer. It's doing this crazy crap again. All right, there I am. That's better. There we go. We started out with Absu, then some classic Death from the Infernal Death demo. Archangel fucking rules. Yeah. So Derek Malone, our buddy Derek Malone, sent this to me, asked if we could talk about it. So here we go. He's going to be DJing at, oh shit, let me move this crap out of the way, at the Middle East, Cambridge, Massachusetts. He's going to be DJing with, who else here? Let me see if I can get to the message. With Sky from Shit Angel, which is a fucking killer band. Played him on the show plenty of times. He's going to be doing vinyl necromancy DJ night. You see all the good shit. DJs D Hammer and Desolares. And Infernal Occult is a black metal band. They're going to be doing a set there. Look at that, no cover. So if you're in that area, get your ass on out there and have a good time. Enjoy the show. Check out Derek blasting some jams on the vinyl. Play some Pious Leaves while you're there. Alright. What else? Bob, I saw you roll through. What's going on, dude? Cool to fucking see ya. Bob. Alright, let's get back to some music. We got a lot of jams. Uh-oh, you knew this was going to happen.
With
Down. Put me in, coach. There I am. All right. Have y'all gotten your Hell Preacher shirt? Did you get to the Hell Preacher, fucking Facebook and order one? You need to. Roger has them. Originals. Roger's original guitarist from the band, Roger Gallardo. He's been on Francisco's show a couple of times. Great guy. He has shirts. I think he still might even have some records available. The 7-inch version of the demo. This is from '86. Come on. What are you waiting for? Find that Hell Preacher Facebook and order you one. Or at least figure it out. I was listening to a lot of older jams today. I think I'm going to devolve in my playing. No, man. Fucking primitive. Some of us don't have Facebook. Well, maybe you should. I don't know what to tell you. Don't know what to tell ya. Don't know what to tell ya. I just use it. There you go. See, even fucking Joe knows. Hell Preacher Kills. One of the best fucking metal demos from San Antonio ever. No, it made me it people more. Okay. Don't be doing voice to text like Frasier. I have no idea what that meant. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Hey, speaking of San Antonio, we got a couple things going on here next weekend, don't we? Look at this shit. Oh, let me find the flyer here. Good old Shantone. We got Jake, Spear Siege, his band, his first show. I played that on the show before. With a bunch of other black death metal bands here in San Antonio on Friday, June 20th. I believe that's, Friday. Duh. At Fitzgerald's. And then, where's the other one? Let me find it. Saturday night in San Antonio, you got Lord Humongous, Mordant Red, Infuriator, Spectral Omen, and Chaotic End. They're on this show as well. Also available at, let me backtrack. If you're in Houston on Friday, not San Antonio, Houston at the Black Magic Social Club, it's Lord Humongous, Wolf's Gold, Mordant Red, and Infuriator. And at both those shows, if you're a lucky person, maybe grab you a copy of the split cassette they're putting out just for the shows, not available elsewhere, of Lord Humongous and Mordant Red. So look at that. Cool shit, man. Split cassette only at the shows. Check that shit out. Oh, it made me hate people more. Yeah, I mean, any of the social medias, you gotta bypass all the dumb shit that goes on there, all the politics and just morons. You ever have that mute button, or silent or whatever it is, where there's certain, you got some friends that sometimes they just need to shut the fuck up, so you just put them on, silent for a while and you don't see their post. I do that shit all the time. I'm no political expert, but some of these people definitely aren't political experts. Oh, high school dropouts. You know everything. Got it figured out. Thinks I know. It's being judgmental. But come on, man. Sometimes I use that shit to escape the real world, not to fight with morons about politics or whatever else. Anyway, getting off track. Let's see what's next here. Next. A little jam rich. Made no sense. Oh, still in the... Come on. Oh.
Symbol of life, intimidate the last of Christian war. Speak of death, the words of hate, anticipation goes among the dead. Heresy, the priest of death, to bring forth the Lord of the cross. Strike the 12, raise the dead, death comes under attack.
belong to the dead. Black and magic, infested lust, Lucifer, Lucifer. The crystal ball shows on the face, the last thing to turn in the sky.
man, I don't know, man. Now this fucking rule. There ain't no doubt about that. But LG's vocals. I don't know. I'll have to think that one out. That'll be a contemplate. Maybe we should do the demos versus left-hand path panel. Yeah. JD, you be switching all these accounts. Hard to keep up. What's up, dude? Hope you had a fantastic weekend. Hopefully you got to hang out with family, eat some food, had a good time, and doing all that stuff. Oh, well, there you go. Fucking Clandestine. You gotta hear Left Hand Path first. Clandestine. I mean, it's alright. It fucking missed the LG. I am planning on adding a pass-through jack on one of my single speaker I am. Okay. Yeah, I see LG had some sick vocals, man. He had some sick fucking vocals. I don't know. I don't know, as my friend Bone says. When you try to tell him something and he's not going with it, he's like, I don't know. Inside fucking joke for Necron. Alright. I want to talk a little so they don't hit me with the old fucking copyright strike. Your channel is being suspended because you're playing too much badass shit. You know, we don't like that. Yeah, you need to revisit fucking. Oh, here's a good one. Crawley P. Smokes Clandestine. That vocalist was killer. Yep. You know, I haven't listened to fucking Crawl in a long time. I think I only have it on cassette. I might. That's probably why. Oh, yeah, that's another one. LG, rest in peace. Jeez. What a fucking suck city that happened. And I don't know if you just walked in, Derek. I announced their DJ set. I didn't realize it was coming up so soon, dude. Shit. It be here. It be here quick. It be here quick. Wednesday, June 18th. That would be this fucking Wednesday. Again, in Middle East, Cambridge, Minnesota. Special guest, Infernal Occult. So you got a band playing, Derek, and the dude from Shit Angel. So you know gonna be some Ripper vinyl necromancy going on over there. Is that the name of the venue? The Middle East? I do not know. I love the Middle East. Middle East is pretty crazy right now, right? Bombs away, fuck. Just stay away from the politics, but holy shit. Cambridge. Oh, did I say Minnesota? Jesus Christ. Cambridge, Massachusetts. I said it right earlier. I'm sorry if I said it wrong. Don't. Cool. Well, have a good time, dude. Hopefully that shit goes killer. I mean, a free cover, a band's playing, and some killer DJing. What the fuck else? Shit, just go to hang out, have a couple drinks, and listen to some fucking good music. Most of the time, we have Kyle here does Satanic Panic, and he goes around to some club doing that. So that's like the most we have here in town doing that. Kyle from Black Jackal. So I never see him at shows anymore because he's always DJing somewhere else. Some bitch. Okay, the Middle East is like a popular place. That's awesome. Minnesota, Massachusetts, all this. When you drive everywhere all day, I'm sure it is. Yow. Should we play some SOD? Dun 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 dun, fuck the Middle East. Yeah, the lyrics don't match up nowadays, though, do they? Iran, live in peace. I mean, not Iran. Israel, live in peace. Oh, what's going on the next day? Do we have a holiday? Is there a holiday? Let me know. I'm off fucking this week, Wednesday through Friday, so that's gonna fucking roll. I'm just gonna be chilling. You know, like, I don't know if some of y'all have the where your work, your vacation hours accrue. So I got to that point where I'm not accruing anymore. I maxed out. So basically, you're giving people, they're giving your job free vacation time. So I was like, fuck, I need to eat up some of these hours. So there we go. I took 3 days off so I could start accruing again. And sometimes, you just need a fucking break from that shit. Do this, do that. Why was this? I don't know. Make sure this is done. Any requests today? Maybe towards the end. I was, use it or lose it, basically. That's what Fraser tells his virgin dates. Oh! No. Where is the king? Is he already tucked in bed already? Man, it's Friday night, man. I gotta go to bed. I gotta get up 5 in the morning tomorrow. Go to work, man. Come on. He was quite a busy king. Yeah, so I was like, hey, I'll pick a couple songs to, some, jams I enjoy or whatever. I'm 3 hours into a 3-hour playlist. We're not going to be here 3 hours. We are not here 3 hours, but if you want to hear something and it's on the iPod, Joe, just throw it in the chat. And maybe we'll hear it towards the end. I had 120 hours saved up on 2 different occasions. Damn. Yeah, that's basically what mine does. Once you take it, then you start rebuilding again. He was happy to be... Dude, I would have loved if Fraser went to one of those wearing his damn king crown and just yelling and berating people. I know he probably would have got his ass handed to him, but that would have been some classic social media. I know, gonna be 4 hours, motherfucker. I actually gotta work in the morning too, so we just gonna play what we get to. Well, if you say that, bro, come on, Broski, you know what Doc's gonna fucking do. He's a savage grace with the ladies. That's Fraser's Tinder profile picture. Ladies, looking for a wild but fun time? Poor guy, always getting shit talked. Is Dork Angel playing the ETD show in January? I have no idea. That's a Francisco promoter question. Alright, what's the next jam? iPod. What do you give us? Wake up, iHod. Oh shit.
That's right. Found up with my personal gonna smash your convention. Sounded like what's the right? Sounded like there's no right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. There's no picture from you. Try to get you me that. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Gary Weston and the Senator's council houses. Get me down. Downtown. Says yeah. Snow the day you're hanging out. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Stolen government from the road. Go enjoy the film of found. That's beside me. None of the ground. It's a boss with the volume of sound. That's right. 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 That's right.
there we go. Yeah, dude, that first, well, no, it's not the first, second album. First one was, I remember I used to see the ads from the first album on Head Not Found. Was it, I can't remember the name, Silence and Sleep or some shit. You know, it looked pretty cool. Never heard it. And then, fucking Bear calls me up. Holy shit, dude, you gotta hear this band, The Door here. They fucking came into the shop, fucking rules. And I said, okay. Checked it out. I'm like, holy shit. My fucking wife bought it before I did. She fucking loved it. Yeah, and then next thing you know, they're coming to town to play the Rites of Darkness, and how fucking cool is that? Got to hang out with them. They are fucking cool people. Maniacs, too. Oh, yeah. Like cutting the sleeping. Yeah, you're totally right. It's good, but Author of Incest was like, holy fuck. Holy guacamole. Fucking shit was fucking ripping. And they were so fucking good live, too. Remember that's when, what's his name from Destroyer? Come on, Necron. Remember his name. Someone in the chat. I know you guys know. Fucking, he was in the band at that time too, so he had fucking great stage presence and all that. Shrapnel. Cool fucking dude too. There you go. I remember. I just couldn't like. It was on the tip of my tongue. Cool fucking dude. What else? That was the one where we done practice over at Derek's house. Rest in peace, Derek. Derek from Hod. They wanted to practice for the show, so we hooked them up with a little quick practice over there. Fucking cool. Got a free show from a Dorier. How cool is that? The good old days. You ate a obnoxious amount of food. None Ravager. Yeah, he's in he popped up in the chat a couple of times, man. Yes, he was married to the singer Melissa. They were married at the time, I believe. All right, moving on. Well, wait a minute. What did we have before that? Of course, Legendary. We just had a big show about him. Bathory. Get your Bathory prints. Watch the show with me and Jeff. Original GOAT artist. Joe Smith fucking making some official prints. Watch the show. Get the details. And I will forward that email to Jeff. Joe No Mercy, so you can check it out. Yeah, definitely want you to get your copies. Shouldn't be a problem. Maybe there's some type of setup issue or something.
It feels good to feel I want. It feels good to knock it down. It feels good to discuss their eyes. It feels good I'm doing wow. Spray the walls. Don't wanna see the blades succeed. Won't be you to be like me. My life is their disease. It feels good I'm doing wow. Spray the walls. Feels so good to say what I want. Feels so good to knock it down. It feels good to discuss their eyes. It feels good I'm doing wow. Spray the walls. It feels good I'm doing wild.
your eyes. Straight up fucking mind. Move that disguise. Deep in your mind. Mannequin. They're all the same. Plastic faces. Society's to blame. Open your eyes. Clear your fucking mind. Move that disguise. Deep in your mind. Fucking mind. Unclear mind. Fucking mind. Society's crime. Buzzing mind. Unclear mind. Buzzing mind. Society's crime.
Damn, Paul, fucking. You sure you're not from Jersey? You're not really Italian? If I can. Motherfucker don't want to pay me my money, I'll fucking beat his ass. Tucked the door down and came in. No lasting injuries. Yeah. Damn. I'm too much of a brawler myself. But when I do, watch out. Nah, just fucking around. It's been so fucking long. I think the last time I fucking fought was at a sacrifice of a Nazarene Child Fest. Told the story 1,000 times. Dude kept fucking pushing the mic. And a Bloodstorm was playing and Chris was singing and fucking drunk guy kept pushing the mic and it was hitting fucking Chris and I, pushed him back and told him, hey, cut your shit out. And he pushed me back. So of course I pushed him back. And, and he came at me. He was drunk. So I had an easy fight. I fucking just pop, pop, pop. And where was this at? The old fucking, what was it? Wackies. Yeah, Wackies on St. Mary's. Threw him up. This, it was small, so I got him up against the wall real fast and pop, 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 pop. Worked him over ribs and shit and tuck him and threw him on the ground. And of course, Neil and fucking Andy fucking started kicking him with combat boots after all the hard work was done. They were writing about how they were beating asses, and I was like, I don't know about all that, guys. You came in clean up crew, but it's all good, whatever. Yeah, so that's my big fight story for like 20 years ago or something. I don't even remember. Most of the time, I like to chill, but yeah, man, he was being a dick. That's when you deserve an ass kicking, right? When you're fucking with a show, or what can Chris do? He's trying to fucking play guitar and saying, and this fucking dumb shit. And I was like, hey, cut your shit out, motherfucker. Next jam is, whoa, man, we had a good little block there, right? Black Flag, Death Strike, Destruction. Yeah. Fuckers. Don't mess with my friends. Mess with your friend. Yeah, I don't say the R-E-R version. That's kind of ugly. Yeah, sometimes, you ain't got a choice. People fuck around and they found out. I'm sure he was like, what the fuck happened to me? He got worked over. Speaking of cracked ribs, getting kicked with combat boots. Yikes. You're right. That's back when you could throw hands and subtle shit. See, here's the thing. At least in Texas. If you're going to fight, you have to fight in the bar. Because the legalities aren't as bad. And this fucking cord is tangled as fuck. I can't get it to. You have to fight in the bar. Because once you go out on the street, all the... you go out on the street, so then all the regular rules apply. But if it's in the bar, it's a little different. Yeah, that's true too. Most people, they get their ass kicked, they come back with guns and knives. And I'm like, man, fucking, that's the one thing that drives me crazy, dude. People just can't take an L now, I remember when I was a fucking kid or a teenager, and and you got your ass handed to you. You got your ass handed to you, and you just took the L, and you moved on. You didn't like fucking, my feelings hurt, I'm gonna come back and shoot this fucking place up. Fucking stupid. So yeah, if you're gonna throw down, do it in the bar, because the legalities are a little different, and you might get off the hook a little easier if you fight out on, you take it out on the streets. The regular laws come into effect. In the bar, it's a little, cause see what they want is they don't want the fucking the bars and them holding any of the legalities of it. So this, like, I think it just applies different. So look it up, see what happens. There is a difference usually in the bar. No guns here, man. You would think, right, that all the guns would be, it'd be a good thing, but it's almost like a bad thing because people just fucking start blasting for getting cut off on the road, or, it's just a little too much, man. Yeah, I mean, if you win the fight again, you know, with your fist, that's a different story. But I just remember, like, you know, if you won, yay, and if you lost, oh well, you took the L and you moved on. Half the time, like, if I fought with someone, like, during high school or something, later on, we end up, like, having a little more respect. Win or loss, you know? You'd be like, ah, that dude's cool. Because you know what? Once you fight, it's kind of like a bond. I mean, if they do you dirty and they keep beating your ass, like, if you're already down, that's a little, yeah, that's a different story. Exactly. Exactly. Real men, that's what real men usually do. And you kind of just laugh about it, right? You just kind of laugh, like, for that time. You know, like, when this shit went down. And, you know, these fucking crybabies nowadays can't handle a little violence. Dude, I had my ass kicked and tuck it. Sucks, but you just deal with it. I've been rung a few, I only rung a few people's bells and they tuck it. That was 80s, 90s. Yeah, same here. 80s, 90s ruled. People weren't, you know, such pussies about it. Yeah, you know, life went on, right? You got your ass kicked and that was that. Oh well. Or you won one. And you didn't keep fucking, you know, harassing the person after you beat them up. Like I said, usually you're like, hey man, we cool? You know, after the fight, most of the time people are like, yeah, we're cool. You know, it's cool. We're cool. You move on. I don't know what happened, man. Everybody got so crybaby. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Ben? Just old fucking Paul guys talking about whoopings. I got threatened a few times in the last couple of years. I tell them, go ahead and get started. Whenever you're ready, I'll catch up. They don't know what they're fucking about. Paul, like, lifts forklifts for a living. He's like, you know, yeah, they're idiots. Not even, it's a good conversation. Sometimes, you know, something fucking fun to talk about. At what? Someone cracked you at Jalaba Unfest. Someone cracked me in the back so hard in the pit they almost knocked me over. LO. But after the set, the dude came and asked if I was okay. Mosher etiquette. You know, yeah, that's different because, you know, the pit's the pit. Anything can happen in there. You know, you can jump into the pit and you know, you don't know what's gonna happen, but you can't get mad. I mean, unless I mean, there's different times when you know someone's singling you out and fucking something's an accident. It's just a pit, you know, accident. My old ass ain't going in pits no more. Ain't that shit. That's for the young ones. Hey, what's up, Asher? Yeah, and that's right. That's how it's supposed to be. Like, a lot of times, you know, people don't mean, you know, to hit people in the pit or knock them on there. But, you know, that crowd killing crap, these dumb shit kids do nowadays. Yeah, I don't get that logic. That wouldn't have flown back in the 80s or early 90s. That would have been like a death sentence if you tried pulling that shit. All right, let's get back into the music.
Six was the sky towards Bethlehem.
All right, so OJ, that's what we call him because it's too hard for us Americans to say his proper Norwegian name. He's all just call me OJ, so we call him OJ. And I was asking him, once we started hanging out with them, like on the third day or so, hanging out with Ornor, and I was like, hey, do you like Marduk or anything, because we were on tour with him, and he was like, I got the Fuck Me Jesus demo. That was like his up to whatever he fucking heard or I guess had of Marduk. So I just laughed. I was like, wow, that's a long time ago, huh? And he goes, yeah. He goes, me and Fenris were working in the post office, and I believe I got a copy when I was working over there with him. I was like, damn, how long ago was that? Dudes are fucking cool. Fucking just so good live. I'm sure if anyone seen them, they know. You gotta give them a Texas. Imagine Nora in Texas. That'd be great. Fucking roll. I'd totally be there. San Antonio, preferably. Tired of all these out of town shows. We suck. We don't have. The problem is we don't have a proper venue for shows. I think that's ever since the Korova's gone, because the Korova was a cool venue. It had a bigger room stage upstairs, just right for something like Ornor, and then it had the basement for smaller underground shows, which were great too. We need something like that again. But anyway, speaking of cool shows in San Antonio, let me find this one. I only promoted, I believe, at the beginning of the show during Absu. Speak of the devil, Absu is coming here to town. July 12th. That's a Saturday, so no excuses, San Antonio. I don't want to hear it. Oh, well, it was, diddling my fiddle that night and forgot all about Absu. Nah. It's fucking Absu on a Saturday night. You ain't got to work. Most of us don't have to work the next day, so no excuses. Absu, July 12th at Vibes Underground, East Houston Street, San Antonio, Texas, with Black Mariah, Antisma, Pius Levis, and Black Jackal. And that should wrap up Pius Levis summer shows. I don't see us booking anything else unless it's too good to say no to, something really awesome, because we want to finish recording and we're slow as hell. This is how it is. But we'll get that show played and on to recording. It's gonna roll, man. Yeah, that's a pretty good lineup too, man. All right, keep rolling along here. Who's next? What do you got? Ihad, fucking better be a ripper. Yeah, classic.
Killing's my business and business is fine. Money's my interest, life isn't God. You know you can run, but there's nowhere to hide. They makes a good boy, now you waste of time. I can put my trust in God. This people dying. Got the sun, the light is not. You want the service, wait or what? The final gun, I saw close. We'll never sight, the end of all.
All right. Hell Awaits would be a different argument. Yeah. I mean, if we're going this pure, like, visceral fucking brutality, I'm still gonna go with Rain, because that was the point of Rain and Blood. But, I mean, Darkness Descends. This has rips, aggression, even some atmosphere. Mimi's Landstress. Yeah, I made a new word, huh? Or was it Hell Awaits? I have to go back. I don't remember for sure. Maybe it was Hell Awaits. Regardless, that's gonna be. DD is much more intelligent. Oh yeah, great lyrics, great riff, writing. Y'all get on down to Mimi's. Get on down to Mimi's strip club. You'll have all this type of stuff there for you. Certain requirements are required of the gals working there. But then they got this person too from Shits and Giggles, Mimi's strip club. Anyway, yeah. It was Hell Awaits. Now I remember, yeah. Damn, that's a tough one, man. Dark Angel over Slayer for sure. Oh, that's an easy one. Yes. No. Fraser's the fucking boner killer. He comes out the end of the night to get everybody out of the fucking club. Darkness Descends, Pleasure to Kill aren't far behind Rain and Blood. Oh man, Rain and Blood's visceral though. Fuck. I have to think. I can't. We're gonna have to do a show. We're gonna have to get a panel together. We're just gonna have to do it. I'm gonna get fucking try to get Paul back on. I guess once they're off tour. Yes, sir. Maybe grab some other people. Let's do this. We must have this conversation. It's a good one. All right, play a couple more songs. So I'm approaching 2 hour. You better 2 hour. You better 2 hour. Gotta go in the other room and chill out, man. Sofa time, then sleep time. Whoa, yo. Get your ass back up there, fool. All right, here we go.
Never will.
Remember when drones were all out in was it Jersey? And there was like, Trump's gonna get to the bottom of this when he's president. Trump's gonna tell us, and Trump was like, okay, everybody, the drones are. Don't worry about them. You know, I got the approval. Y'all don't need to worry about drones. But first he was like, fucking Biden's not telling you the shit. We'll get to the bottom of this. That was badass. You fucking got that on the fucking release date, dude. Fucking cool. Were you expecting some like death metal, or did you know about obviously the cover? You were probably like, oh, this is gonna be black metal. Let me know, Derek. And yes, that's still my favorite Darkthrone. I know a lot of people like the stuff a little later. Well, the next three. I'm like, man, Blaze is fucking heavy. It still has some death metal riffage in it and black metal, but the crushing production. Oh yeah. Coldest album ever. Do. Okay, I was wondering because that's way back. So it's like, you had the first album and it's like, it's from death metal. You buy, all right, hey, cool, check this out. But you're like, whoa, what? Fuck. But yeah, I'm sure once it settled in, you're like, this shit fucking rules. Yeah. Mike fucking Violate, what's up, dude? I had to return the Pipers. They didn't hold up to the advertised weight limit. Oh, shit. Overflowed. Yeah. It was actually, I was like, look, guys, if these drones weren't from our own government, they'd be fucking shot down. They wouldn't just let them, do what you want, hang out. Yeah, fly drones all over our country. We don't care. I mean, I know we all know that some of that goes on, but to that level, come on. Play some Static X, fool. Nick, you always throwing out silly shit. You know better. I know you're not serious. All right. You know what? I'm going to go to Midnight. Peaceville, Volume 4. Shoot them down. When that was going on, I was like, wow, man, if they did do that in Texas, these fools would shoot them down. They'd be like, be target practice. Okay, there you go. Weeping in Heaven demo fucking rules. Anything Mr. Ledney does just about rules. Under a Funeral Moon is your favorite. Yeah, I mean, I like all of them. You know, just that whole fucking Blaze, Funeral Moon, Transylvania Hunger, all that stuff. It's just fucking cool. Who were the first two Marilyn Manson's albums are great. The first two Marilyn Manson albums are great. It's good shock rock. I don't totally hate on it. They got goofier later, but I see when some people say, because I like shock rock, you know, weird fucking, you know, how can you say, Under a Funeral Poon, Bark at the Poon. Goat Lord is my favorite. It's a Riff Factory. Yeah. Oh, you know, I wonder, they should just fucking record it. You know, I got that, the release, you know, with the rehearsal or whatever, the 4-track. Good shit. Just fucking re-record it, man. Put it out as a proper album. Yeah, exactly. Punks. Don't fucking shoot at the alien spacecrafts because they have interstellar technology. I think they can blow up the whole world if they want to. All right, let's get back in jams. 10 minutes of jams or so. All right.
as the river runs below. Never stopping for what's waiting soon will show. And this the last time, looking back, I'll see my home. For he awaits me, reaching for my soul.
Down, dun, dun. Yeah, dude, that middle part's metal as fuck. Fuck. The whole fucking song, but not liking that. Weird to me, but whatever. What's going on, Mike V? So, Jake, you crossed over with some fucking Manowar playing to your birthday. That's fucking cool. The Bridge of Death. Let's play one last song from Jake. Whatever the fucking iHod wants to play for you. Jake, we'll find out if it's sentient or not. Alright, thanks everyone for tuning in, but we're going on 2.5 hours now. And we got a deal. You got to cut off his head and fucking release his evil. Alright. Let's see. This is one's for Jake. I have no idea. And then we're out. Later. Ho ho ho!
Are you a homosexual?
T-Bone! 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 T-Bone!
You know what you are? You're one of those little fancy lads, aren't you?
Hey, I got something to say. You've been talking mighty big and bold all night about what us dudes should do. Now, just for a change, let's see you do something really heavy on your own.
What is light without dark?
And he's talking to whoever the guy was.